listening to the Deep Purple Podcast, a fan podcast devoted to one of the greatest bands in rock history, Deep Purple. Your hosts, Nate and John, cover their shared history with the band, discover new music together, and cover the farthest reaches of the Deep Purple family tree and beyond. Here's Nate and John now.
Welcome to the Deep Purple Podcast, a fan podcast devoted to one of the greatest bands in rock history, Deep Purple. Today's episode is episode number 337. Ernie Marsden, Look at Me Now. And coming to you from the suburbs of Chicago, where I'm covered in insulation. I'm your host, Nathan Beaudry.
And coming to you from the suburbs of Providence, I'm your co-host, John Basilwater Matola.
Wow, that might be a continuation of the healthy food from now. It sounds like let's get there in a while. This is Jonathan. I want to rock and roll all night, but first let's go to the optician / Hans Moleman Hedlin.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, long one.
First off, let's go to the optician.
I couldn't decide if I wanted to do a Kiss reference or a Simpsons reference.
Oh,
but both, right? You're going to have to do both.
There you go.
Yeah, no, I went
Yes.
on some shows. I don't do shows with my specs on because they fall off. Simple as that. So I don't. And it's also not really like a metal look for me. I don't think, not for me especially my face, but for my eyes looking at people headbanging, I don't want them to wear glasses for some reason, So yeah, I went there. I've been using old contacts for some shows now, and that's kind of risky. They itch in the eyes and you don't see that well anyway. So yeah, I went to the optician. And they've changed the gear now, this weird gear. You get shot in the eye with air, like poof, poof.
Oh yeah, I hate that.
Like, just relax. How can I relax? This
Relax. It's going to be really...
It was actually like that.
It doesn't hurt, but it's very startling. You just
Very startling. That's the word. It startles. It startles. But it went well, and now Hans Moleman parties, because now I got another brand of visual impairment added to my already existing, which is called age.
Yes.
age. What's the word? Age vision. So yeah, now I got age vision as well at top, and I'm got 6+, so I'm quite farsighted. Always been. Which sounds better than it is. Farsighted
sounds
sounds
so
good.
long since I've played a show that I was not wearing glasses at the time. So yeah, I'd imagine it would be, a little easier to not have your glasses fly off into the audience or whatever.
Yeah, I could do it, but I'm usually I sign in the jam pad. If things are going good, I'm going to start rocking out in the jam pad, which I'm candidly angry at everybody above 35 that stop doing this shit and sit down. Even though they play guitar, they sit down in rehearsal. I don't like that. Yeah, you don't go to war sitting down. so I stand up, and the better we play, the more my head will start moving automatically. Not I better practice the headbang. You don't practice headbang. Come on, you headbang. You just headbang. But then they fall off. Yeah,
you could just get
you sweat too, so they get lubricated.
Like prescription sports glasses, like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
Or you could just wear stunt glasses, and when you start headbanging, they just fly off your face into the show, and then people catch them like picks.
Oh yeah. But then I gotta have an Yngwie Malmsteen guy that comes in with new glasses.
Exactly. He's got a big stack of glasses, and he loads them up on the microphone.
Yep. I mentioned after the show, actually, I mentioned Nordisk Metal, and we actually did the Odyssey just recently now, which was sort of inspired by you guys a little bit, actually mainly by Nick, that brought it to your show. So that was interesting to go through that again, but in Swedish and talking this time. I think we rated it similarly to you. I haven't gone back and checked or anything, but we did like Heaven Tonight, all of us, which surprised me, because we're supposedly a metal show, but we love that song.
Yeah, something about it.
It's good. It's good.
So, John...
So, yeah, basil water, right?
Basil, you're so healthy, you're drinking basil water?
Well, I have a little basil plant that I'm cultivating inside, and the problem is it's giving me a lot of basil, and I got to start doing stuff with it. So I started dropping it in my water bottle, and found out that it has some. Not only is it tasty, but it has some digestive and anti-inflammatory properties. So bonus.
Nice. I mean, as an Italian, shouldn't you be making pesto with all that extra basil? You can make pesto water.
What is pesto? Is it like it's garlic, right?
Yeah, garlic, basil, pine nuts, olive oil, salt,
Olive oil.
Parmesan cheese.
Yeah, I mean, that's good. Or make a caprese salad. Put the tomatoes down, a little burrata, basil on top.
You're making me hungry.
Some of the best
before
food.
Dinner.
Some of the best food. Is it number one? I think it's number one.
Italian.
Yeah, I think so.
It's hard to beat.
Yep.
Well, folks, we're coming to you here today to talk about Bernie Marsden. Before we do that, we want to talk about the show and the fact that we are still 330 something episodes in. We are still 100% listener supported. Thanks to all of you fabulous people who are our patrons, people who have bought merch at our Etsy store, and people who have sent us one-time donations on PayPal, Cash App, Ko-fi, all that. Super thanks available on YouTube. So please smash that like button and give us some money. Patron benefits include access to our patrons-only Discord, our rating spreadsheet, our live stream episodes, as well as link to submissions for all the album rankings episodes, and our Too Hot for YouTube forbidden episodes.
There we go.
Via Patreon. Thanks to Jonathan or should I say Jonathan?
No. You have to say Jonathan or John.
Yeah, I have to say it.
It's going to be weird. The sound. I think Nick did that once, and it kind of didn't come off that well. So I mean, because you do say Eivind, right? You don't say Eivind, for example, or Eivind.
Yeah.
So I will be one of those guys. And,
well, see, but there's no precedent for how to pronounce the O with the line through it. And
is that how he spells it? Eivind. That is.
Yeah.
Because there's Eivind, there's a few winds out there, and I know a band where they have an Eivind and an A-wind, and I bet like the promoters abroad can't really say two different things, Eivind and A-wind, from Bergen, great city or town. I should say town, but it's a very nice place. You should be in Bergen, I think, if you go to finally get to do your Scandi trip there.
Ooh, I would love to. What do you call the O with the line through it? What's the name of that? Okay.
So like Earl Grey, that sound.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just think that Jerry Seinfeld had a bit about it where he's like, my cab driver, he's got the H and then the symbol, the O with the line through is the symbol for boron. And he's talking about how he's supposed to.
I think Seinfeld is actually quite brilliant. I think it's good. I'm not sure I got that joke really, but we actually in Sweden, we don't have that. We don't have the cross. We have the two dots above the O, which would be
Oh, so that's the same as the line through it?
They have the line in Norway and Denmark.
Oh.
Yeah. In Finland, there's like one letter that is not there because that sound landed on another letter. But there's minor differences if you talk alphabet and if you talk actual language. Norwegian, Swedish, super close. Denmark, a little bit off, but on that side. Finland, ways off, where English is closer. Funnily enough, it's really, really strange how it ended
I've
up
heard
that
like
way.
Finland is like you'd think it was so close, but it's like
it's a different tree, different language tree. Whereas with English, we're actually on the same sort of main branch, big branch, as it, because there's a lot of Old Norse in the English dictionary, aside from the Latin and the Germanic, of course. We're a North Germanic language here in Sweden. In Finland, you're not. It's a Ugric, I think, something like that.
All right.
Don't ask me what that means.
See, we're providing a service for you, a linguistic service here on the Deep Rumble podcast.
I like that stuff. Yeah,
we have lots of people on as guests that are smarter than us. Not that that's hard to find. And they speak multiple languages. So thank you.
There's many ways to be smart. Like Nathan, the PR genius.
I'm trying to find the first way.
I think last time I dissected John all the way through. I'll dissect you this time. The marketing skills and your friendly nature and your good hosting.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, you can talk about how friendly I am instead of my swimmer's body. I'll take it.
No. We'll have a group photo of us three, but it's only going to be John that you can see like full front.
Yes, that's for the best.
Yeah.
So
we just move up closer to the lens.
At the executive level at the In Memoriam tier, the wonderful late Gerald, Jerry, Kelly, and family. At the $25 Uncommon Man tier, we have Ovis Nakfi and Purple Maniac. At the 20 is Plenty tier, we have Alan. At the 10-pound Good Doctor tier, we have Dr. Mike Catan. At the Turn It Up to $11 tier, Clay Wambacher, Frank Thielgard Mortensen, Mickelstein, Will Porter, PhD, PP, and Michael, don't call him Bradford Bagford. At the $10 Someone Came tier, Ryan M., Jeff Price, Victor Campos, Better Call Saul Evans. And Peter from Illinois. And at the Deep Thoughts by John Matola tier, Fielding Fowler.
And now, Deep Thoughts by John Matola.
Yeah, that's a bunch of horse shit. Don't tell me what to do.
I think we've had
That's
that
such
one
a good
recently,
callback to
but
the 2 weeks ago, you know.
I think that one when you did that as a test run to show me like how it cycles through, but I don't think you've played it on the show yet.
Oh, maybe not.
I told the guys that it would be equally terrifying and great to have like a supercomputer in the rehearsal space in the jam pad that was based on John Mottola, and it would be like telling you when you went meandering or something. What's this bullshit? Loudly in the PA. And that's based on the HAL 2000.
Have a drum rack where John quotes are set to the snare drum and kick drum.
You know the computer, right? You must have seen that film, that movie with the "I'm afraid you can't do that."
Yes.
Yeah, but this would have to be, of course, American version. So.
Yes. Why am I blanking on the one?
2001
Space Odyssey.
Yeah.
That's great movie.
Yep.
Also, we would like to thank our Hall of Famers, and that is, of course, first off,
Rich, Yangui, Shaylor,
Jorg Planer, and Norman Weichelbaum. Maybe we should have Pop's name all.
Rich is back as a Hall of Famer. He stopped paying you guys, or what?
Well, he stopped paying us a long time ago. Or his family did, I should say.
I want my own tier.
Yeah.
You know? So, that's the first time I was thinking maybe I should have a tier then, maybe because I know I put value back and I get a lot of value, so that's okay. But I never gave you a single dime so far. And then I thought maybe I should be a Hall of Famer. Why is only Rich there?
Yeah, maybe you're destined to be a Hall of Famer. Rich has probably paid for enough meals for us and gotten us enough tickets to have contributed more monetarily than just about anybody else.
Well, not to mention access to Roger Glover.
Yeah.
I mean, that's priceless. So
many awesome things I think about that man. He's even
always
funny, you know, which is good because he's a compulsory jokester, but he's funny. I think maybe I shouldn't encourage it.
Rich doesn't need much encouragement.
That's true. He will go. He will go at it.
But yes, he's he said before, he's like, I don't want to donate to you guys. I'd rather give you. And then he donates all this other stuff and pays for meals and does every other thing. And he's like, but I'm not going to donate to you guys. Screw that. I'll give you something else. It's like my bass player Alex, who's a chef and now actually fresh out of school, even though he's my age. And he always comes over with nice food. And then I sort of forget about those times I had to spot him. Yes, exactly.
So it works out really
much
well
more
than
than patronage. Okay, so we've got our upcoming rankings show for Burn. Get your rankings in by December 1st. And we're looking forward to doing that one. That's going to be a real fun one and a difficult one. And before we move on with today's episode, we've got one order of business, and that is, of course,
postcards
from the edge of Connecticut. We've got this hopeless drunk man bent over a barrel of beer, and it says, Bayerisch Bier, starker als Heimweh. And then
I think I can read it on the other side too. Let me have a go at it.
Oh, here you go.
The picture side. Bayerisch Bier, stärker als Heimweh. Oh yeah. Well, you have to get back to me. You can actually speak German and say if that was okay.
Raph,
probably
Kath
terrible.
Will have to tell us, or Norman.
Probably terrible, Raph. Sorry.
The dog says Waldy. I don't know what that means.
Me neither. That's weird. That's suspicious.
So this one says, it says, Humor ist nicht Sascha de Geistes, sondern des Ursens.
You started out okay there, and then you completely lost it.
Yes, I didn't even try.
We heard him falling apart in real time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the first word was humor, so I this must.
Yeah, so you do that in English. That was smart.
This must be hilarious.
Bayerisch beer. So it says that it's about beer from the south of Germany. Yeah.
Yeah, I would assume so. This guy looks like he's had more than a few, and it says, Nate, please enjoy Oktoberfest like the gent on the front of this card. Welcome to autumn for ya, Pete.
Nice.
So yes, I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying my
I'm
Oktoberfest
also drinking German beer. German
Are
beer
you
is
drinking
good.
German beer?
Yeah, Bergen Fields. This is my podcast beer, which is 3.5% alcohol. Is something we do here in Sweden, and it's actually really good for podcasting because I like to drink beer, but I don't necessarily have to get drunk. That's not really what I'm going for.
3.5%. That's like drinking apple juice.
Actually, it's perfect because you'll stay tipsy for a longer time. Everybody likes going there. Nobody likes really being there. I mean, I'm not this age anyway. And if you do, more power to you. But I prefer the salong, we say. So like, salong, like lounge. That's what we use in Swedish. Salong, which means like I'm, ready for the lounge, ready to mingle drunk, but maybe not standing on my head jerking off drunk.
That's a good. Although it would probably get us a lot of views on YouTube at least.
Oh, maybe. But
all
the
right,
swimmer's
so
body.
we are here to talk about last time you were on. Well, not the last time you were on, but one of the last times you were on a while back. We talked about Bernie Marsden's debut solo album, and we're back after just having you on a couple episodes ago to talk about his follow-up album, Look at Me Now, which I've just had the Phil Collins Take a Look at Me Now song stuck in my head for days preparing for this episode.
And I've had Yngwie Malmsteen's Rage on the plane. Look at me! I don't deserve this shit! You released the fucking fury! Actually, I can really easily sound like he's English.
Yeah, so
he's from Stockholm,
Yeah.
And then in the middle he starts speaking Swedish because he's, affectatious. So he's like, Nu jävlar! Which is like,
just too drunk
it's
to
like,
realize she didn't
it's fucking
understand.
time, it's fucking, and then you release the fucking fury. I mean, he's funny that way. Yeah. So he says, look at me. Like, look at me. I paid for a first class ticket.
look at me.
I love that he brings up the first class ticket. Yeah. Look at me.
What was he so mad about? Did she get water on him or something?
Yeah, he got water over him. Yeah,
imagine
really
if I
weird.
sat next to Yngwie on a flight, I'd probably get him soaked with hot tea or something.
All right, yeah. And then he would have to address you in some way, You couldn't be a cunt from Tokyo.
No.
And there's your rated R for this episode.
Oh my goodness. So, are either of you familiar with this album?
I'm not.
I'm not familiar, no. I looked into it. I looked at it now, and it was now, And the cover art sort of made me think there's been some time passing between this and, and About Time. But I don't know. Let's maybe find out, eventually as we do this.
I think it's only 2 years.
Ooh.
This one was recorded at Britannia Rose Studios in London between March 20th and April 14th, 1981. And then released, I believe, in 82.
A lot of things happening there in music, in England.
Yes,
Those
and
years.
with
It was
Bernie and
great years, really. Like, actually, when Deep Purple were off, in between Perfect Strangers and... No, in before Perfect Strangers, I should say, and Come Taste the Band. There was a super interesting period. It's funny that Deep Purple not part of it, but still part of it somehow, right? Because they come right back in and they write but with the program, really, like in 84. But what happened in between 77 and 84 in England is pretty awesome. And a lot, and fast.
The ripples from Deep Purple and the reverberations were being felt.
Yeah, and evolution was fast, because today there's like 6-year album cycles, and then 6 years, that was like 6 album cycles. So,
at least, yeah.
Yeah, and with a booming industry as well happening, so shit happened, for sure.
So this is the second of 2 solo albums that Marsden recorded while in Whitesnake. The album, you're going to see a lot of the same names that worked, because at this time, you were getting this album, you were getting Cozy Powell's Tilt. You were getting John Lord's Before I Forget. All of these albums kind of had the same rotating cast of characters. There's nobody that's going to be super duper surprising on this one, just but the same level of awesome interconnected musicians. So EMI was annoyed that the Bernie Marsden albums were being imported, so they offered to pick up the rights for the first album for UK release and urged him to release another album. So Bernie says, all the stuff was written and ready to go. I stayed there for 3 weeks and then gave the tapes to Guy, the producer, and said, mix it. I never saw a copy until it came out, as you can see, and we will get to that in a minute. This was engineered by Mike Johnson, who worked with Joy Division, John Lord, Pink Floyd, still active in the Liverpool music scene, and then Guy Bidmead, who worked with Yes, Pat Thrall, Camel, Noel Redding, was the producer, and also Bernie Marsden is credited with production. So we have the album cover here. This is the original album cover. And let me know what you guys think about this.
Yeah, it's god awful.
Yes.
Absolutely
Oops,
terrible.
I accidentally unshared it, but you might actually.
Like, it's god awful. All right, we'll take it off the screen.
No,
Here
actually, I
we go.
want to hear John analyze this, like, and do a serious analysis, even though it doesn't really beg for a serious analysis. Let's do one. I mean, it was basically just really ugly.
Wow, I don't think I've ever seen this before. Even
Horrible,
like
right?
peripherally, yeah.
It was like,
I feel like it's a good concept, like a ghost playing a guitar is what it looks like, but the shape of the guitar is what really makes it terrible.
yep.
Like
hard to draw.
yeah, it's like it's not a great illustration. Yeah, and then there's like some kind of, I don't know, fairy dust going on on the right over there. Like, I'm not sure what's supposed to be happening.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if that was like scratches on the particular scan or whatever, but it seems like consistent with other pictures I've seen. It's like, yeah, this like kind of sparkly stuff going on in the background.
Yeah, it's yeah, I mean, unless I'm looking at it in a way that, I'm not really kind of analyzing it too much. It's just like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like the shape of the guitar, like the whole illustration, like the little waves down there, like, is it his head down like this with like the hair, or I feel, yeah, I agree, it's kind of cheesy.
Oh, is it? Yeah, it didn't occur to me that it was hair. It looked
It
more
could-
like just like fabric, but it could be hair.
Or it could be fabric, or it could be like hair, like with him like going
Yeah.
down like this while he's holding the guitar. But and then there's no logo like whatsoever. So it's just kind of, yeah, it's kind of not great.
Very nasty airbrush as well that you've seen on. I'm not sure you guys seen it, but you have plenty of European listeners, and there's this kind of traveling amusement parks that are usually run by people groups that I do respect, but it's hard to find words for it because a lot of the words for them are politically incorrect. But they travel around anyway, and they're, deep pockets sometimes, and they have these amusement rides that have exactly these type graphics on that look ultra cheap airbrush.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, yep. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what? That's,
Yeah, you get it.
That's a very good description. Yeah, it'll be like the rock and roll scrambler or whatever, and you'd go in there and hear like, well, when I was a kid and you'd play like hair music, hair metal or whatever, and you'd go around. That's what I think of when I think of like the Yngwie Odyssey album. Like you'd go, there was this one that would go like up and down and around, and then half of it was like inside in the dark, and then half of it was like outside, and it was called like something, and it was something rock and roll related. And
Twilight rocking the Twilight. I don't know.
But I think your initial reaction of it being god awful was pretty accurate.
Yeah, no, it's really terrible.
It's
super
not
terrible.
It's not the greatest concept, and it's very poorly executed. The guitar shape is completely improbable.
Painful to look at, actually. It's actually painful. Try and look at it, like concentrate and look at it. It's actually painful.
no, I can't.
Like it hurts. Yeah, you don't have to.
It's very, we're going to be looking at it a lot, unfortunately. The symbol up at the top of the headstock looks like like when Prince changed his name to that symbol. Looked almost
Yeah,
like
the artist formerly known as. Yeah.
there's like an Ankh, and then there's some other sort of like Egyptian-looking thing below it. And I just noticed there's in that it's kind of looks like a pincer from an insect, the headstock, and on one side it
BC
says
Rich,
B, and on the other side it says M.
Ah, BM. But it looks like a BC Rich, Kerry King of Slayer fame headstock with the devil horns on.
It looks like
it's a terrible version of a headstock, really.
It looks like if BC Rich was like, you know what, our designs are not wild enough. We're gonna have to just we're gonna have to step it up, guys. We need some crazier looking guitars.
Mm. You've heard of the Mockingbird, but here is I don't know. I didn't come up with it.
There's like a snowflake sort of looking thing right here, and then the controls on the guitar are like, I don't know if this person has ever seen an actual guitar, because the controls are look like Darth Vader's chest. And then there's like, I don't even know, I didn't even count to see if and the fret markers are in the wrong frets. Like it's on the second, fourth, and sixth fret.
Progressive. The whole note scale. Very progressive.
Yes. So it's they got the number of strings right. There's 6 strings. And the pickups look like they've seen pickups before. But yeah, it's very bad. I would recommend, and I don't know what this might be more up your alley, but there's some sort of rune writing down it's probably just it says Bernie Marsden in runic.
Can I see that?
You see it like right up here on the
kind
strap?
of small the way it's shared right now. Now I minimize the whole window. See if I can maximize this. Okay, that helped. And yeah. I mean, the background isn't that bad. It's not as bad as the rest. I noticed now that I sort of full screened it. But where are the runes? On his strap, on his guitar strap.
Yep.
No, those are nice. They're cool.
They're okay. It's for some reason it says Bernie Marsden in runic on his guitar strap.
What is runic though? Because Old Norse is like a language group. I assume I don't think it's just one, but runic, rune script.
Yeah, it's like runes, like the Druids used.
We did runes. We did a lot of runes, but I didn't know like there was a language that was runic. But maybe that's also like a group of languages. Maybe. I mean, we did it, and therefore we don't have a very well recorded history, right? Because it would take you ages to write like Nathan died here. Like, you're not going to write anything more about your life after that. Like, I'm exhausted. At least I've honored him. So we have a very dimly recorded history because of that.
What more do you need to know?
Maybe.
So I'd say it's pretty legendarily bad. It's just, it doesn't really, and Bernie Marsden, so it looks like they're trying to go for like, oh, he's this guitar hero sort of thing, which again, not familiar with the album, but I'm pretty familiar with Bernie Marsden, so I'm guessing this is going to sound a lot different than what it's implying, which is some sort of like it looks like the fingers are moving super fast. Like, that's not what we're in store for.
It's implying we got surfing with the alien at home. That's what it's implying, But I will say that I'm very relieved that he already in that short statement that you cited, already then he said, I hadn't seen it and you will know why.
Yes.
Right? And that's nice to hear, because I don't see him as a person devoid of taste, which you would have to be to sign off on this.
Yeah, I don't know. It's by a well-known artist, Malcolm Horton, who did like a bunch of he was actually good friends with Bill Ward. They grew up together. And he ended up touring with Black Sabbath. He did commissions for a bunch of people, including Ian Pace, Ozzy, George Harrison, Alvin Lee. So clearly a well-respected artist. This is probably not his best work.
No.
He should be ashamed of himself.
He should. That's if I went to make a rune for him, I would take the time to knock that into the stone. You should be ashamed of yourself. And they're like, I can't write. Yeah, it will take a day, but it's worth it for the statement.
Yeah, no, you see, this is what it looks like it was trying to capture.
Yeah, this is much, much cooler. This would have been a much better cover, because those wide stripes. One day I'm gonna do an episode with John, by the way, on heavy metal fashion. That's gonna happen one day. But these wide stripes, I played Dave Murray in a tribute, and we wanted to do proper dress up. So I had to look a lot for even wider stripes than these, black and white. So they were only like 3 or 4 stripes on the entire torso. And I did find one piece on the internet, and I bought it and cut the arms off. But anyway, it's a classic UK rocker look, that kind of look, which is almost a bit poppy.
Or French naval officer.
French naval, yeah, that's why it's poppy.
He just
maybe,
needs the little hat.
Yeah, but then it would be pop. Then it would be indie pop if you had the hat, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, and cut the hair perhaps. But I do like it, It's late 70s, early 80s rocking look.
Yep, so this is the inside of the album sleeve here. And I like it says, all correspondence should go to Mr. Dainty, Barnsworth United Supporters Club. So that's, I guess, if you want to sign up for the Bernie Marsden Supporters Club, which I do.
Like, you want to have dainties with me? The not so mysterious Chris L.
Mr. Dainty.
Yeah, Mr. Dainty.
There's another picture on the inside of him bending up a note.
Bend face. You gotta love
Pretty
it.
cool. Great guitar face.
Yeah, see, we've seen like 2 better like album cover shots than the one that we got.
Much cooler. The bend face is funny, right? Because no one thinks about it consciously. Everybody does it. I also enjoy looking at my own bend faces afterwards, like, wow, okay, that's what I look like when I do that. And I don't know why, because you're always listening when you're playing, right? I guess you're listening extra much or something, and you're bending it. I don't know.
Yeah, you have to make the face. That's half of it.
You have to. You can't not.
So there's the label, nothing crazy. Although it's worth mentioning Parlophone, it was, I guess, EMI, when they signed him on to do this album, they said, what label do you want to be on? What subdivision of EMI? And he said he wanted to be on Parlophone because the Beatles were on Parlophone, but they hadn't done anything with Parlophone, I don't know if since the Beatles or whatever. So they agreed to basically resurrect Parlophone to have him on that label. So I think this was the first release since the Beatles had been released on Parlophone. So pretty amazing that they do that for Bernie. And that's the back cover of the album. Much easier to look at. It's just kind of a swirling nebula of whatever. It looks kind of like the hair from his whatever you call it.
Well, see, like, no, I don't get it, because it's kind of a cool concept. It looks like a whirlwind or like a hurricane or tornado or something like that, and the colors are really cool. But it's like, what does the concept mean? Like, you know what I mean? It's not like Bernie Marsden, like from outer space or something. It's just, look at me now. Time. It's like, look at what now? Look at how crappy the album cover is now. Like this, it doesn't unfortunately, it's just, it didn't look like
ethereal, right? Because look at me now is very concrete. Look at me now, I've been through all this. Or, I mean, of course.
But yeah, it looks like outer space or something, right? Like the cosmos or, I don't know.
Very different title to fit this, I think. So
you're right.
Like the background of the front sleeve is okay. So this is like a continuation of that. It's not like painful to look at, but I have to agree with John that it doesn't fit.
No, not at all. It's a great observation. It's look at me now is very concrete, and this is very abstract. It doesn't really make any sense.
Very airbrush. A better version of this, if you look at Number of the Beast on the backside, there's that turquoise type heaven, which is sky, the turquoise sky, but you're in hell or something. And it's airbrush sky at its best. Derek Riggs was a master of that stuff. Really cool. And a lot of airbrush looks more like this, a little cheap, a little. Time has not been nice to a lot of the airbrush art.
It just looks very washed out. Very, I don't know. Not great. So they re-released it with this album cover, Purple Records.
Well, that's much better.
It's a much better album cover. Just him, another great shot of him live playing his Les Paul.
Double cutaway as well. That's a pretty cool guitar. The double cutaway.
It's not even a Les Paul, is it?
It could be a Les Paul double cutaway.
Might be.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool guitar. And then they released it again. This is the 2000 release. They released it again where they did the original album cover.
The one I saw. It's actually even worse now because they had the Limp Bizkit logo as well.
Limp Bizkit logo.
Yeah, look at that logo.
They doubled down on that horrible guitar and made it like part of the Bernie Marsden name. And yeah, it's like this
They
was
made it horribler.
re-released in like 2013 or something. I forget which year it was.
Stinks.
Yeah, 2013, but that looks like a amateur band logo from the 80s.
Absolutely stinks. It also is a double cutaway, actually. It's a double cutaway. So maybe they were inspired by his good looking, Les Paul double cutaway guitar, but they kind of went into imagination from the wrong end or something.
You got a better view of these weird electronics, these Darth Vader looking electronics on his guitar.
There.
And then it looks like it looks like a raven or an eagle now coming off on the side, like all those little sparklies. See, doesn't it look like some kind of bird or like one of the dogs from Ghostbusters? Like,
yep, I see both.
I don't know.
Look at me now with the standard font, slightly cursive though, slight cursive, but
there is no.
It looks like you're in Word. It looks like you're in Microsoft Word or you're in Paint or something, and just the first font.
Yeah, exactly. Look at me now, though. Like the first font, but it's slightly italic.
Slightly italic and maybe bold too. So it's a bit designed, I guess. But hardly.
Well, maybe we'll find out that the music within matches the mysticism of the art, but I doubt it.
Well, I doubt it too. I haven't heard the entire record, but I've heard a bit, and I think, we can be safe in it not matching.
Yes, thank God.
Okay, well, look at this order form. Now his merch, mercifully, is a little more straight ahead. That's cool.
I want the sweatshirt. I want it.
I like it. Looks like the sweatshirt, like the Hans and Franz wear. It's like just a plain gray sweatshirt.
Who are them? Who are they?
Do you know Hans and Franz? They're like from Saturday Night Live, and it's I'm
not so into SNL.
Dana Carvey and Kevin Nealon, they're just like these Austrian muscle men. So they wear these gray tracksuits that are stuffed with fabric to make them look muscly. And they say, I want to pump you up. And that's like their
basically, it's European, right?
Yes, they're Austrians. They're kind of takeoffs on Arnold Schwarzenegger, I guess.
Right. Yeah, maybe it's a bit of a gym
but
color.
It's an order form. And then they seem to have this, it says the logo appears on the reverse side of the t-shirt. So I guess they have that horrible guitar on the back of the t-shirt, a t-shirt and the sweatshirt.
Oh, great. That lobster claw.
I wonder if anyone's selling this on eBay. That would be great.
Is it the back you see there up on the actual examples? Is that the back? No, probably not, because then it wouldn't be side.
No, I think that's the front of the t-shirt, but then they're like, instead of showing you at the back, looks like they're like, hey, this is on the back of it.
Yeah, they don't show it. They show what they sent to the printers. That's such an odd
exactly.
move.
They probably hadn't made it yet. So I mean, not that those are pictures anyway, but
it's really weird because they already had the template for you switch it around and change the color part a little bit, and then you got the back.
Man, I'm not finding any versions of the shirt on eBay, unfortunately, but I am finding one that looks like an eye chart. It's very weird. So anyway, that's the art from this album. Not great, but let's listen to the music and see if it is better, which we already know that it is. But before we do that, we're going to thank our next round of patrons, and that is, of course, of course, core level patrons. Coming to us at the $6.99 new nice price tier, we have Spike the Rock's Cat's Coast and Sugar Tea. At the episode $6.66 tier, we have Steve Coldwell. Arthur Smith.
Getting support from the patron Arthur Smith.
Anton Glaving.
Pain in the glaving.
And Charles Meadows. At the $6.65 almost evil tier, Kenny Wymore and Richie Sucksmith. At the 70 Norwegian kroner tier, we have Kai Runa, yes, I'm Norwegian, Olsen. At the $5.99 the nice price tier, Robert Smith and Adrian Hernandez. At the 60 kroner Scandinavian Nights tier, we have DJ Newt Morton Johansson. At the €5.50 tier, Merlin Rota. And at the £4 Lucy 4 tier, we have Duncan Leask. At the $5 money limit tier, John Convery, German Heindel, Jesper Alman, Alexei the Perfect Stranger Slepikov, Kev Roberts, Scott Zern, Cynthia Doobie, Raf Calf.
You guys ever have sex?
Coyote Bongwater. John Maselli.
I'm not talking about bicycles. I'm talking about bisexuals.
Sarah Sanders.
No, Kelly Clarkson.
Jellybean, Evan Robeson, Purple Swede.
Sweet.
And
Sweet.
And
So many.
Ralphie Lee, thank you so much to all of you for your support of the Deep Purple podcast.
Well, the bicycle thing, made me think of Angus Young. They're asking him about the bicentennial this year. Oh, that sounds kind of sexual, don't it? Bicentennial. So he's got the same logic as this protagonist.
As Tony Danza does. Or Tony Maselli.
It's hard to do announcing. There's a hard accent to do. You got to sound like, it's a bit like the southern twang, but it's more nasal, I think.
I was watching a video today that was these Australian women trying to do an American accent, not working out, but they were pretending to say that Australian accents are so sexy. And then this guy comes out and he's just being all crude, and then he's like, I could eat the crotch out of I'm so hungry I could eat the crotch out of a low-flying duck.
Well, that was pretty good, actually. I think you got better at it.
Yeah, there we go.
But I mean, if you think a mullet is sexy, maybe that could be sexy,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Perhaps.
Because I can appreciate a mullet, if it's like really spot on. And the same goes for Aussies.
No, and they'll probably that
I mean,
guy that could eat the duck could probably had a mullet.
Yeah.
All right, so should we kick into this album?
Oh yeah. Yes, please.
Let's start it off with the titular Look at Me Now.
Angus Young would probably have found the sex in titular as well.
Yes.
Such a classic.
Nice.
I guess I'll announce who's on every song when we play it, because it's
such a classic chord progression, but it kind of always works.
Yeah,
I keep on rocking in the free world.
very upbeat 80s sounding.
Yep. Great singing, I think. It's funny because it reminds me of Saxon. And if you're into Saxon and you're listening, I think you'll know what I mean. Some of the phrasings.
I don't know them super well, but I can hear that.
Yep. Very much, I think, actually. Old Saxon.
I was thinking maybe Zebra.
Zebra. Do they sound like this? I like Zebra. But I haven't listened since your episode.
Yeah, it's kind of that early 80s
Yep.
pop rockish
Great
type
period,
of thing.
I
Like really good.
You're talking about the other Zebra, right? Not the John McCoy Zebra.
Oh,
No.
that explains it.
No, like the less famous Zebra, if there is one.
I don't know. It might be a tie.
Yeah. But a lot of like early young Biff Byford vocals here. Both the phrasing and when it goes up higher. And I actually like it a lot. I think he improved, I think, as a singer. But he was always good, right?
So who is vocals? Bernie?
Bernie on vocals.
Oh yeah, I
guitars.
assume so. Yeah.
John Lord on the piano and synth. Ian Pace on drums and Neil Murray on bass. So it's
Ooh.
basically Whitesnake.
And a nice charge up here. Pretty long, but not over long. Perfect, really. And the ending snare.
Yep.
Quite energetic rock, really. But not in a huge tempo. It's mid, I would say, but it has energy for sure, like momentum.
I love Bernie's vocals. Like, he's not like the most.
Yeah, he's a great singer.
There's a touch to it, So he's
Yeah,
maybe not
it's
the most acrobatic, but he's very conscious about the aesthetic of it.
Yeah.
Well, he has a very smooth, laid-back kind of voice, almost like a Don Dokken.
Yeah, a bit like that, but understated maybe.
Yeah.
And I love those albums he released just a few years ago, like Kings and Trios and everything. His voice sounds just the same, like it hasn't changed at all. It's still that same
I remember.
really smooth delivery.
Yeah. From your show, I remember that. Did you ever contact him?
No, sadly.
It would have been game, right? To be on here.
Probably, yeah.
I know that we talked about that a while ago when we heard him singing on something like later on that his voice never got like gruff or husky or
Exactly.
as he aged.
And he, as far as I know, was never a smoker, so.
Very British sound on the left there. Marshall sound. And here we go. That's also cool that he plays a bit like he sings. A bit smooth and breezy and not overly acrobatic.
Yeah.
Kind of soulful, I dare say. Staying on that one, good call. Staying on the bend and letting it feed into the reverb. And I could have had a bit more of that, you know. The fade out was not bad, but it was a bit. I could have more.
Yeah, and it was only 3:45. All the songs on this album are on the short side like that. I don't think there's much longer than that. Yeah, great single.
What about you go first for this one?
Me go first? Oh, you know what? In order to do that, I'm going to need to open the spreadsheet.
Oh, okay.
I have to say, after like one thing that I forgot to mention after the last episode that we all did together is I like how you're pulling the strings, like it's me and Nate show, and you're like, you go first. No, you go first. Johnny just walks in and takes over the podcast.
There's actually two very clear explanations for this. First one is that, okay, the guest privilege is to go first. What if I turn that privilege to me picking who goes first? And the second one is that Rich did this on your show before, and I liked listening. So I took it from Rich really, like straight up.
Ah.
But he also goes into a room and he kind of does this thing, right? So I can see that.
Yes, he definitely takes control of the situation.
Yeah. So inspired by Rich, but also by you know, it's still a privilege, but it's maybe an even larger privilege. I get to choose, and it's always also on your show, right? It's always John first and then you. And sometimes as a listener, you're like, maybe I would like to hear Nate, coming in on a blank
call.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to take that under advisement.
Yeah, but it's
it
not
up a little bit.
Issue.
I will go first, though. I'm going to give it a 4. I really like it. I think it's a strong opening track. I think it's the kind of song that songs that are in this style that were on the radio were not necessarily my favorite, but I don't know if it was from fatigue. But I find myself when I hear a song that sounds like this, having this nostalgic feeling for it, even though I may have never heard it before. So there's something about it that reminds me of like this is what the earliest songs on the radio sounded like when I was a kid. And
classic rock radio, right?
Right. And even though I would never have heard it then, I love it. It's great. It's partially, you know, you've got a couple guys from Deep Purple. You got almost everybody from Whitesnake except for Coverdale, but truly a Bernie song. So yeah, I really liked it.
Right, I'll hop in the middle here, and I will give it a. I'll go 3.5, but it's close to a 4. I like it too, and I mean, a big genre for me is that kind of classic rock. You know, every time it would be brought up mockingly, like classic rock radio or something. And yeah, but it's also kind of fucking awesome. It's like the best music, you know. So that maybe goes into the nostalgia aspect that you brought up there, but not that it's part of my childhood or anything. We did have like a rock station. My folks listened to a vinyl. It was called vinyl, that station, Vinyl 107. And that was, you know, the Turtles and stuff like that I still dig.
Oh, yeah.
Shadows sometimes. But now they actually, with every 10 years, they kind of dropped off a year. So first it was 50s, 60s, 70s. Then it was 60s, 70s, 80s. And then it was 80s, 90s, 00s. And now I don't even know. I don't even want to know. So no, the classic rock thing for me is, you know, it's American. But this is also English. And it's a good combination. It's a catchy, nice song, and I love the momentum of it, you know. So the contents are pretty baseline, but with that sort of momentum, yeah, it's a show, you know. The rock show is on.
when they started calling it classic rock, because I don't really remember classic rock when I was young, but I remember it being oldies. But that meant 50s and early 60s, and it was just like the doo-wop stuff, and we would listen to that when we were in the car. The songs that my parents would have listened to when they were young, like very young.
Okay, were they born in the 50s or 40s?
My parents were born in the 40s.
Okay, yeah,
so they would have listened to, like, they would have been in the early 50s. They would have been 5, 6, 7 years old.
Okay, so similar age to mine, really. I think my dad has a pretty good birth year, 51, because then you're 18 in the end of the 60s. Perfect time to be 18, I think.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
All right, John, what do you think?
Yeah.
So I give it a 3.5 as well. I think it was a really good opener. It's like this album was what, early 80s, like 81, right?
Yeah, it was recorded in 81.
Yeah, so I mean, it still has some of that late 70s, early 80s kind of style to it. I mean, you have all great players on it, like you pointed out. Basically, all of a version of Whitesnake.
They're basically the best rock ensemble you can get on earth.
Yeah,
yeah,
and I mean, it's like it's like it's a typical like Bernie song. It's blues based. He's got these warm, laid back vocals, melodic guitar, like kind of that 70s singer-songwriter influence going into the early 80s, because a lot of that early 80s stuff kind of straddles a line. You don't start to sound quote-unquote 80s until maybe a couple of years later.
That's why it's so cool, too. It's very cool. Yeah.
So this has this kind of mellow blues rock, poppy type of thing going on, and I think it's really good. The end.
That's really good. That's
that one's gonna be. I can see Roback.
That's a good deep. It's easy
marking down the timestamp for that.
Oh boy, I'm not thinking about it though. Trying to like one day where I'm gonna like.
That's weird.
I'm gonna consciously try to create some deep thoughts, and they're gonna be terrible.
That would be too meta. But I mean, there was a good one, Mark. You can easily pick that out because there was a pregnant pause afterwards as well. Really easy to edit out.
All right, so the next actually about this track, Bernie said, looking back at it, some of those songs should have been Whitesnake songs. Look at Me Now would have sold truckloads. It's a good tune. So
have you guys ever had that conundrum of sorts that you have more than one project going and you don't know if this song is for that or for that? Have you had that?
Sure.
Yeah.
How did you handle it? Randomly or
It seemed to be pretty random.
Yeah, no, for myself, I actually stopped caring, and now I bring my stuff. I tell my bandmates, like, everything I make, I got the right to use them in other bands too, because I still wrote it, and it can be adapted to other bands. So I see what he's saying there, but I don't think it sounded like it needed to live in a Whitesnake universe. This song, I'm not sure he said it about this song, but it didn't, I think it was better this way, in fact,
He's probably thinking of it from a financial standpoint. Well, if that had been released as a Whitesnake song, it probably would have sold more,
That's the interesting bit about being born in 86. The financial part of making songs is gone when you start playing.
Something we never had to worry about.
Yeah, you're right.
So the next track up has the same lineup, but it also has Doreen and Irene Chanter, the Chanter sisters, on backing vocals. And that track is called So Far Away. Looking at that.
The volume up just a tad, the volume.
Yeah. I was going to say, we could use a little more. There we go.
Nice.
It's funny looking at the album cover while listening to this and seeing the juxtaposition.
I was thinking about Skinner, that's quite far from here. But with them, ba-da-da-dum.
Oh, yeah.
Nice line. on the soft singing here. It's interesting. Very poppy. Even that, the rhythm. Don't even notice me.
Yep.
But he always brings in a little bit of a clever phrasing, in every verse at one point. I mean, it would fit early Skinner. It would fit really well. Gospel choir. And the piano could be there. Come.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like great.
Best
Even
beat
though
in the
they're
world,
not the
4/4.
same singers, you hear these always sound the same when they're Roger Glover, Martin Birch produced. Like, it's great English backup singers.
Who produced this? What's Snyder?
Oh, the producer
Yeah, on this.
is Guy
A
Bidmead.
guy. Yeah, a guy. I'm not your friend, guy. I'm not your buddy, guy.
I'm not your guy, friend. Not your friend, pal.
I mean, this is sweet though. This is the close hi-hat 4/4 is the best beat in the end. You listen to a lot of prog and you enjoy it, but then you hear a 4/4 close hi-hat beat. It's the best.
Yep.
Accent on the upbeat, very effective. Good choir too.
I like
is
this.
Kind of a honky tonky part, Very honky tonky, old school rock and roll. And I can see you like that, yeah. I like it too. But I like when they lay back to this the most. Something very nice about it, Not sure why. And here comes the piano. Is that Jonathan? I'm gonna start
JD
calling
Lord.
him Jonathan. I'm gonna start
JD.
doing that because I'm such a fanboy. He's probably my favorite musician of all time. I think. I think it's John. Yeah, I think it is. It's funny with Blackmore being my favorite guitarist, and he's number 3 in Deep Purple. Because Pacey,
Yeah, well, according to Wikipedia, his name is actually John Douglas Lord, spelled.
Yeah, that's
the
what I
way
looked up, and I didn't like
John
it
spells it. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that. But I mean, you said Jonathan once, so I'm just gonna go by that.
I think, like, I remember somebody talking about it recently where I guess there's a misconception that it's Jonathan that I just fed into because he changed. I don't know why he changed it to
I'm going in there.
J-O-N.
I'm going right in there, feeding into it.
Yes. But it's John Douglas John Jon in quotes.
Okay.
Like his nickname, his name's John, but his nickname is John with no H. I don't-
But anyway, it's crazy that you have a band. You are a guitarist, me, and you have a band where you have your favorite guitarist, and he's your number 3 favorite musician of that group. That's that's telling of why you guys are doing the show.
Yes.
Because that's incredible. And you met Ian Pace. I was sweating when I noticed. In hindsight, oh, they met Pacey. Kind
Yeah.
of.
I don't.
Incredible
Yeah, man. I don't know how I would rank the people in Deep Purple because they're all so great in such different ways too.
Yeah. But if it's purely like instrumental, which is of course not all there is, because Ian Gillan is not my top 10 singer, but he's my top 10 Ian Gillan, right? The strong character type, which is a good thing. He's awesome most of the time, and he's also weird, which I like. It's just odd, odd person.
All right, who's going first?
Oh, I can go first on this. They reminded me of early Skinner a bit. The kind of softer songs, maybe on Second Helping or something. And that I have to rate. I like that style. I like that closed hi-hat. I like the honky tonk part that John liked. Good choirs, nicely mixed. So it should be a 4 for this one. I would give it a 4. I was in like 3.5 and I was thinking like, would I change it? I wouldn't. So 4.
All right. Other John or me or who's going next?
Oh yeah, I don't have to do the whole order.
Yeah.
I don't demand complete control. That's awkward.
Now that I
But
called
okay.
attention to it, it's like Nate's like,
Yeah, no, yeah.
oh, what should we
I'm
do?
ceding control. I love it. I don't have to.
Calling attention to it is fine, but I don't want complete control here. That's just awkward for me.
That's what you say.
Okay.
That's what they all
Let's
say.
go for John. Let's go for
All right,
John.
okay.
That's
I don't
what
want
they all
complete control. All right, John goes next.
No, I mean, I'm just, I just don't want to lengthen the process.
All right. So I'll give it a 4 as well. I really liked it. I noticed that I was like tapping my foot the whole time. It's like it had that steady toe tapping groove to it. Like through the whole song, it was really it kind of maintained the same pace, but not in the way that I don't like. Like sometimes it can get really boring, but it had this kind of forward momentum. It was really I like that.
Yeah.
I of course I love Bernie singing, but what I really liked is when you said that there were 2 female vocalists, that immediately made me think this group of musicians around this time, we're going to get like a butterfly ball background vocal, like that classic, everything we loved about those female background vocals, and we did. And the chorus just really was melodic, and it really opened up and felt really like anthemic and just like, because I started bopping my head, like I was tapping my foot, and then the chorus came and I was bobbing my head, and I'm like,
goes through the whole body then,
yeah. So it was really good, and I like that Bernie too had this kind of warmer guitar tone. He wasn't getting slick like a lot of people were, and like he never did. He never really seemed to succumb to trends or anything. He just had that warm kind of bluesy tone. He was always like really true to himself. So
very musical, I would say. That's what I noticed. And a great beat. I think it might not be a click track, probably not, right? So, and I think that could be a huge benefit when you're doing, like you said, a steady groove throughout the song, really. But there's micro differences. When I started listening to the title track, I picked it from another record, which is Working Man, and it's a new version of Look at Me Now. And at first, when I switched back to the old version, it's like, oh, this is a bit thin. But then as I listened to both versions complete, it's like, there's something to that more old school production. We don't have to get into it because you guys been into it already 4 times or something. And I'm sure I will in the future as well. But it's just that more freedom of a little bit more headroom and a little less grid that makes a song like this work, I think.
I agree. I'm giving it a 4 as well. Upbeat, fun, and love the backing vocals. And Bernie's playing is just very, very tasteful. He's just somebody that's a true pro. And this isn't his first rodeo. He's been around the block. He's done a bunch of session work and stage work and everything, and he knows how to be a player in a band versus just, hey, I'm Bernie Marsden, look at me, show off.
It's almost like like you allude to, it's almost like in his playing there's a bit of his personality. Again, I didn't know him, but it feels like he was that type of nicer guy compared to, for example, see you in Tokyo, bitch. Quite different to Yngwie Malmsteen. I do like
slightly different approaches.
I do like a bit of Malmsteen. Actually, I want to have words with you on some details, but that's for later.
All right. The next track up is called Who's Foolin' Who?
Oh. Megadeth. Not really, though. Okay, it's a Lazy Blue song, maybe.
So this is same lineup again.
It's actually a bit Motörhead.
The backing singers. And
it's actually, a
bit Motörhead. Shut up! You're talking too much! In a slower tempo. Whatever that song. Oh, hand clap.
The hand clap. 4 people doing the hand claps.
Okay.
And one of them is new. We haven't seen them yet on this album. And it's Michael Schenker.
It's Michael Schenker hand clapping. That's awesome.
Really?
Yes, he doesn't play guitar on this.
Hand clapping with 3 other people. In a hand clap ensemble. Oh, what was that? The singing? That was cool. Who's that?
That is Doreen Chanter.
Sounds great.
The backing vocalist taking on a dual lead with Bernie.
Yeah, like belting.
Yeah.
Awesome sound.
This makes me think of "Fool for Your Lovin'."
Right. Yeah.
Like when it opened up, I got that "Fool for Your Lovin'" vibe, which I know he was part of writing it. So
This is cool. Great vibe here overall. Those chords sets it up very nicely for her to just belt the crap out of her voice on top of. Super aggressive, actually, her vocals. I like it.
Yeah, she's really going all in.
Yep.
wow.
Also a bit ZZ Top, actually. This song.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna say that because it does say in the liner notes this is dedicated to ZZ Top and Pearly Gates.
Nice.
Okay, I can hear it as a ZZ Top-ish kind of song now.
Yeah, that's good. It feeds into the Motörhead thing. He was a huge fan too. I think it was his favorite band. Ooh.
Utilizing John Lord to the fullest. We'd love to see that.
But wasn't enough volume though, as per usual.
What's that?
It wasn't enough volume, the volume strength of the organ.
Yeah.
Quite often.
Well.
Since the beginning of the end for that, and then it came back in the 90s, right? I love this part. It's very intelligent guitar chord choices.
Yeah, you've got that like super silky smooth
Yep.
guitar and these like distorted vocals where
Yeah,
she's
so
just
cool.
belting it out as hard as she can.
And he's kind of leading you with an easy chromatic melody in the chords, but it doesn't take over. Schenker's back, and not on the solo. That's awesome. Is that real? Is it really him hand clapping?
Yeah,
That's great.
So is that just Bernie dueling with himself?
I guess so. Yeah, they should have used Schenker for that.
No, right?
Well, if you got Schenker, you gotta focus on the hand clapping.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that can be somewhat cool, if you have a guest and you give them a way too small of a task. It's something nice about that.
It's
Something
pretty
cool about
great.
that. Yeah. Like you got Michael Jackson in and you ask him only for the finger snap, which was famous though. He was famous for that.
Yeah, it's
The
true.
really percussive
He's no
finger
Mo
snap.
Foster, but he's
No one is sausage fingers, right?
yeah, exactly.
I love that it came to his attention that you call him that, and then you have him on the show. That was a great development.
Jesus.
Yeah, one of the. It's like, oh my god, he actually listened.
Yep. It's cool
All right.
though. It's like, now you have to stand for it. So, okay, yeah, we weren't trying to be mean or anything.
Well, luckily he's a really.
He's English. He's English.
He had a very good humor about him. So, all right, who's fooling who? Who's rating first?
Who's rating first? John, go for it.
Who's rating who?
Yes.
I really like this one, but I'm gonna give it a 3.5. What I really liked is that it's like this is a really gritty, straight ahead blues song where you can tell one thing you get right away is his connection to what he was doing in Whitesnake. Because when I hear the da 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 da, it's like it's got that same vibe as like "Fool for Your Lovin'." And I like that. That was really good. And it's not polished. It was like raw. And I love the dueling guitars with himself. But
Sometimes you gotta, right? You want that vibe, and you can play them all, but you kind of want to just pan them, maybe switch guitar in between or EQ a bit.
Because I could do that because I used to do that type of thing. Like if I was going to record myself, I do one guitar with one tone here and then another one here and try and make it sound like two people.
Yeah, exactly. If you're thinking like heavy metal frame of mind, maybe the song, even though you don't have a guitar duo, you want that type song that has a guitar duo, and then you do it yourself. That's cool.
But I think like the snarling vocals were a little bit too much, a little bit over the top. Like I appreciated the energy and the enthusiasm, but it was kind of stuck out a little bit. Okay. And it went on a little too long. Like I think it could have been used a little more sparingly, but It wasn't bad. It just I don't know if it really was for me.
3.5 is not bad, right?
No.
It's in fact quite good, I would say. For me, I would give it a 3. The background itself, I thought wasn't for me, like the ka-tang, because, you know, I love ZZ Top. I really do. Got a bunch of albums and a couple of t-shirts. But they are so good at that, so this felt like, it could be the lazy blues song. You know, I've been taking that concept from you guys and bringing it into other shows because it's a good concept. Be on the watch out for 2 things: the lazy blues song and the second to last filler track. You know, that's where they put the filler normally. It's 2 classic things. The penultimate track, filler, warning. You know, you got to be on your lookout for a filler. And is this a lazy blues track? It kind of is in its essence, but the add-ons, that's what I liked. I like the add-ons, and I really dug that extreme singing. You know, it's quite extreme. You know, I think it helps. It helps that I've been playing a lot of black metal. You know, for me to enjoy it, because then it's not as extreme. But if you have not been in a black metal band, such is the case for John Mottola, then I can see why it's a little bit grating, perhaps. But I think that pulls it up from a 2 to a 3.5.
Maybe Doreen Chanter should have started a black metal band. And
that's on her, the extra 1.5 points, I think. And also the add-ons, the chords, I have to mention. That was cool. You know, underneath. Yeah. So that combination, that brings it so far away from the lazy blues filler that I feel kind of is at its core, you know. So 3.5, yeah.
Oh, 3.5?
Yeah.
Okay.
It would have been a 2 if it wasn't for those chords in her.
Okay.
But it's a 3.5, yeah.
I'm giving it another 4. I'm just really digging the I mean, it's how do you go wrong with the lineup of musicians you have here just doing their thing? So I really like it.
Miraculously, you can still go wrong. Miraculously, I think. There are examples of this heard on your show. Yeah.
So Bernie performed this song during an August 1981 radio session with David Coverdale showing up to do vocals. So instead of Doreen Chanter, I think it was Bernie and Coverdale. So I'll put a link to that in the show notes. And then Coverdale said to Bernie, according to Bernie, he said, "I should have sung that on the album." To which Bernie replied, "Well, you didn't come, did you?"
Classic banter. But I think he would have done it well, yeah. His screaming voice is surprisingly cool sometimes too.
Okay, so the next track up is called Shaky Ground, and this is a cover.
Oh. Never heard of that title before. Okay.
The song was co-written by Eddie Hazel of Funkadelic.
Oh, yeah. Coffee and vanilla. Love that song. The Funk Authority of LA.
So this has John Cook on synthesizers, Cozy Powell on drums,
Cozy Powell, wow,
Neil Murray on bass. When you did that, it sounded like a Neil Murray bass slide. Al Boyd helped co-write this. He was a soul singer from Cleveland, Ohio, and Jeff Bowen, who worked with the Commodores and the Temptations.
Love the Cozy Powell playing on this one, because now I can hear it's his hit on the snare.
Yep.
We call it clip in Swedish. Clip with a K and 2 P's. It's basically cut, I guess, cuts too. But every really, really great drummer I've played with has had that kind of cut on the snare.
Yeah.
I'm sure your buddy, what's his name? He's a great guest when he's on.
Scott,
yeah. I'm sure he's got the cut as well. The keys. What do you think about the keys, Nate? You're funky.
Awesome. It just says synthesizer, but it's kind of got that clav sound to it, which I am never upset to hear.
No, I discovered quickly you were, funky Nate, so to speak. I wouldn't say you like it as much as you like Rock. Oh, okay. It's very sweet. Not the band, the flavor.
Yep. So this was originally recorded by The Temptations.
Okay, makes sense.
Wow.
Well, Motown, basically, right? Or were they? I'm not sure now.
What's that?
Were they part of the Motown thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
actually
know
not
that
sure what the
because I got
boundaries
to
of
learn the
Motown are.
Temptations dance when I went to Motown in Detroit. We did the...
Oh, there's something for the YouTube listeners. Unless this is a forbidden episode, of course.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah,
See,
because
if-
you want to
if,
see the Temptation dance, you know. You listening out there, you want to see it and you want to pay for it.
If Barry Gordy has anything to say about it, this episode's going to get banned.
Nice. Lots of room also on his, because normally for a funky song you would have the dry kind of drums, but here you just go with the classic Mob Rules room on top of it, which is awesome. It's not on Mob Rules, but it's a similar room. And they're very sweet, really cute.
Yeah, the drums sound great.
Great wrap up too. Bam, 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 bam. Rap.
Yeah.
I'm also quite a funk guy. I've always been because of the Pulp Fiction soundtrack, Kool and the Gang, which hit me at a very young age. Jungle Boogie.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so they're always there somewhere, you know.
The first time I ever heard Jungle Boogie, I was like, where has this song been all my life?
Exactly the same for me at a young age. And then I revisited and I'm thinking like, of course, some things from that age haven't aged well or I don't like anymore. I revisit Jungle Boogie. It's still as great.
Oh, yeah, it's... I mean, you could do... With horns like that song has, you could do anything you want with the vocals. Who
And that
cares?
line.
It's such a funky,
so good.
long progression. It's just
So
great.
good.
All right. Who's going
Is this
first, John?
Jungle Boogie? Is this Jungle Boogie level, Nathan?
Oh, I'm going first?
Yeah.
I'm giving it a 4.5.
Oh.
I loved it.
Jungle
Loved
Warning.
it. I'm not familiar with the original, and I'm going to have to become familiar with the original, but I mean, there's a great lineup. You got all the, Murray, Powell, Marsden, this John Cook on synthesizers, who I couldn't really find much out about. He didn't have many other entries on Discogs. So
Common name as well. There must have been 1,000 John Cooks.
Right. That could be part of it. Yeah. Sometimes Discogs gets people confused or whatever,
Yep.
but yeah, great stuff.
Great.
What do you guys think?
That's another, the rare deep thought by Nathan Boudry. Is good stuff. Great stuff. But I mean, sometimes when you review a song, sometimes that's enough, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to
Good
always
stuff.
be that elaborate. I'll go in the middle here. I'll give it I'm gonna go with a 4 for this one.
All
For the same reasons, I've already japped on about it, so you already know. 4.
All right.
All right. Well, I'll give a 3.5. I thought it was a good like a bluesy rock with the funk undertones. I mean, considering it was a Temptations, right? Probably early to mid 70s. So it was probably, I'm going to guess it was
75, yep.
probably a funky or like an R&B, probably a disco-ish type of hit. I've never heard it, but I'm going to guess.
Me neither. I also haven't.
But I mean, this definitely like pushes it like into the rock territory. It's like a good mix of like rock and funk. Yeah, it like I was appreciated like kind of the those elements, like those funky elements like we like on like Glenn Hughes out, like the early
Definitely.
Glenn Hughes albums and stuff. Obviously you can tell when you said Cozy was playing drums on this track, you were just like, yeah, he really just pushed it over into that kind of like hard hitting, like hard rock territory. You're just like, oof. But the rest of it just kind of just plodded along, I think. You know what I mean? It it was good, but I feel like it was long. It maybe lasted a little bit too long.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, this one. So interesting thing about this one is when on the original album, when they released it, there was a heavier typeface for this track.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, the song in this place was a song called Always Love You. And then Bernie said, Always Love You So. I'm sorry, Always Love You So was very wimpish. It was almost a 60s pastiche. And EMI said, Bernie, we really don't think it'll be good for your image. He agreed. And then EMI paid him money to get a band together to do a song to replace it. So they put just a whoop, covered it over with this one. And then this was released as a B-side on the single.
It's like Wimps and Posers. Leave the hall. Manowar. That's from the song. What is it anyway? I don't think you guys will be Manowar fans, but maybe someone listening. Wimps and Posers, leave the hall. Heavy metal or no metal at all. That's it.
Wimps and Posers.
I wanted to add about I didn't jap on enough about Cozy Powell because when the song started there was this 4 on the floor kick. Boom, boom, boom. I immediately thought that's a great sounding kick and like a roomy, cool room sound. And then when it's Cozy, it's like, yeah, okay, he always sounds like that. He always has that cool sound, big. Yeah. It sounds like if a modern death metal drummer with a triggered bass drum would play, super small hits, very technical, very fast. He would be wearing like garden boots on, and his knee hits his shin because it's like boom, boom,
Yep.
The volume is right now. I heightened the monitor volume.
I think so. We'll see when the
because the recording is not changed, but I heightened it because you asked. Yeah.
The last track on the first side of this album is called "Behind Your Dark Eyes."
Ooh.
We have Simon Phillips on drums now.
Oh shit!
Now just showing off.
Yeah, now we're going in for it.
The power trio though: Bernie Marsden, Neil Murray. Marsden's playing vocals and such too.
This rocks. He's such a good drummer. Sin After Sin, best Judas Priest record, he's on there.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, and it's produced by Roger Glover. I mean, perfect. Yeah. Haven't heard this before. This rocks.
That's great.
The picked guitar.
I think the little guitar in the background, just picking out chords.
And a very strong accent there on the 8-note syncopation. Da.
Yep. It's almost like Simon Phillips is like, oh, you're going to have Ian Pace and Cozy Powell on this album too? Well, I'm going to bring it for my song.
That's how he always plays, though.
Yeah,
right?
he's so good.
I think you're right, but I think that is his attitude all the time. Is that?
Yeah.
Probably at that level. Yeah. The three of those,
Yeah, the song's got a good swing to it.
Yep. It's that backbeat 8 thing. It's interesting. Also, it's kind of a soft song, but it has some elements of early heavy metal in there. Like early Iron Maiden.
That Phil was crazy.
Was it? Interesting, that super distorted guitar in the middle.
What was that?
It's gone now, but it was like a super distorted guitar in center panning. That was interesting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's see if it's in there next time. This is such a clean groove. Great for him to solo on this, yeah.
Lots of space in the solo. I really like that.
Yeah, me too.
Seems like he's building to something. Ooh, that delay.
Big one. Long feedback and also quite long separation in between the hits. The drill.
So here's a question. This bottle opener that my son gave me, is that guitar crazier than the one on this cover?
Yeah, it's pretty close.
No, I think
Similar.
It's
a bit better. Did he give you that? That's cute. That's sweet. It is. Not ironically.
He's a thoughtful guy.
No, it's very
And he
sweet.
knows I need to open beers when I'm recording, so.
You should know. Could have been longer. I was
Yeah.
into that. Oh yeah, with crash fill. So interesting in the way he approaches the song, really. The cool synthesizers there, a bit of the mod magic. I
Yeah.
think.
It just says guitar and organ by Bernie, so.
I mean, he's gone into like just full on drum solo at this point.
Yeah. Yep. But I mean, so does Pacey in Burn, for example.
See?
Flanger's back. Okay.
Concert ending.
Yep. A bit like Yngwie Malmsteen Deja Vu. Bah, bah. Oh, back in the groove. That was cool. That was cool, actually. How they went
Nice.
back in the groove for a
Yeah,
bar.
that was pretty cool.
That
Like,
made
it
it
made you
really
think,
cool.
like, oh, that was a false ending. Like, nope, that was
Yeah.
a false ending.
I gotta steal that at some point because you do
Yeah,
false
it's a
ending,
great
But
idea.
going back to the groove for just a bar, very powerful move. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
double
it's not the first time
false.
I've heard it. It's not the first
Yeah.
time, but in a while, it's the first time.
Like one of those shows. It's like, oh, you're a double agent. Nah, they're a triple agent.
Yeah.
I don't know who to trust anymore.
I think they might have ended on the punish as well there on that beat. I'm not sure. I have to listen again. But I will probably listen again because I liked it. I will give it 3.5. I want to give it 4, but I don't want to be too good as well. Because generally that's how I lean, not only on this show. So 3.5, but amazing drumming there. Really cool. Was it too much? Let's see what John has to say.
John doesn't have to say it's too much. I'll say it's a 4.
All right.
Yeah, this one is really I like this song because it's got a lot of like emotion, and it's got like, it's reflective, and it's got a lot of feeling, but it's also got this swing to it. Like, you know, kind of a groove. And I mean, you know, sometimes busy drumming like that can be distracting, but I mean, I really liked how, you know, he was kind of, you know, doing it a little bit. And as he was getting closer to the end, he just started getting more and more just a wild with it. Like, just like I said, I'm like, wow, he's just going full on drum solo. But before he jumped the shark, so to speak, just like the song was over and he did a little drum solo and then that was it. But in terms of like kind of the reflective nature of the song, you could tell it was a reflective song because it was kind of rocking, kind of heavy, but also, you know, you could tell by the vocals, by like the guitar solo, like you were talking about, a lot of space in it. I like that kind of solo too because it's very patient, you know.
Yeah. Actually, my
and,
favorite guitar solo ever is that kind of thing. Raver Goes to Town by Camel and the Latimer. Very long blues solo, but the space in it makes it so cool.
Yeah, you know, it gives you time to like take it in and just feel what he's saying to you.
Yep.
And yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, I just thought it was really, just a really good song. It really, just kind of hit that nerve. You know, nice kind of mid tempo in between.
I rated it wrong, man, but it doesn't matter so much because it's not in the statistics. But let it be heard, let it be known, this was a 4, not a 3.5. I
Do you want me to change it?
You can, you know,
Okay,
that's
I'll
not
change
the
it to
point. But change it.
I've changed my ratings before.
Yeah, I think it's a 1 minute rule, right? Maybe.
Yeah. I am also giving it a 4. Really liked this, showing the power of Bernie in this power trio. Simon Phillips, probably the MVP of this one. Great guitar solo. Love the vibe of it. Probably I think it's the longest song on the album. It's only about 4 minutes, 30 seconds. But doesn't feel it. Like you said, you kind of wanted it to go on a little longer.
The solo bit, yeah, it could have been like one more part to it, but maybe then it would have been a 5. Who knows?
But I'm interested to hear about these next 2 songs because they've got interesting titles. This one's called Biblos Shack Part 1, Through the Doors.
Bilbo's shack, perhaps.
not Bilbo's shack, Biblos, like a library.
Tom Boba Bilbo. Tom Boba
Biblos
Bilbo.
Baggins?
Or Tom Bombadil.
Yes, it's Biblos.
Where is she? Where is she? She's just about to close up the library.
There we go.
I want to hear Johnny do that one later.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see. Interesting intro. Kind of Tangerine Dream,
So this is Neil Murray, Bernie Marsden, and John Lord.
The
All
drumless
on
approach is cool.
synthesizers.
The drumless approach is interesting. That's some drums maybe. Huh. It's like a fanfare,
Let's see what happens here. There's no other instruments.
Yes. A nice budgie riff, like Red Fan.
Yeah.
Made famous by Metallica, obviously.
Damn. Okay, so maybe this is part 2 then. Maybe it's on one track.
Yeah.
Who's drumming? Who's on drums?
Casey, right?
I'm sorry, Pace, Murray, Lord, Marsden on this part. So this must be part 2.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Cool switch. This is like video game music.
Yeah, totally.
It really is. And back to the
Man,
halftime.
that's an awesome groove.
Yep. This is so much fun. Just fun.
Oh, listen to that bass.
Yeah.
Cool note choices across the board. And on top.
Yeah.
Wait. This again, Level complete.
Yeah.
You're gathering up the items and stuff, getting your score. It really is.
Level complete.
Yep. And then this bit is more like next challenger. A bit of reckless abandon. I like it.
Like, and then it gets into a little more like kind of atmospheric.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like groovy.
Nice picking.
And then it just.
And then
All right, now we're back to the rock.
Yeah, very
How do you not
stanky
bob
riff.
your head to this riff?
Rowdy. Yes, yes. The riff that you're about to make bad choices in your life, but you feel awesome. It sounds like that.
It's kind of cool, like.
So was that 1 and 2, Nate, or?
Yeah, so that was 1 and 2. I'm sorry. So apparently on this one it was. So I guess we'll just rate them both. I don't know. Should we?
The thing is, I want to go out from the gate, just give it a 5, but that's for the whole experience, really.
Should we just count this
So
as
if you-
being one song then?
Because it's
I
the
probably
synth
would.
part is like through the doors, right? And then shown the doors is the whole band part, right?
Yeah. Separate them, really. I mean, I'm going to give it a 5 because it's just things I like, and I'm worried that this song never had gotten a 5 and never will again. So I would be the one giving it a 5,
Yeah.
Great one. But if you want to do the track separation, I don't know how really. What could you do? Call Rich. Was it Rich that had the idea that you pulled through the mathematics and it was exactly the same?
Well, let me call my lifeline.
And you asked a mathematician, he was like, "It's going to be the same." Wasn't it like that?
Yeah, it was very like, it's like, what are you trying to do? It's so obvious.
Exactly.
It's like,
That
if
was
your
very
brain works that way, I guess.
It was very interesting. It brought me to the edge of my brain too. It's like I'm not sure what I believe anymore.
I believe the mathematician because that's not my strong suit.
Me too. I'm pretty good at math, but I still believe the mathematician. Anyway, this is gonna be a 5, and if you want to have it on 2 tracks, maybe one should be a 4 then or something. I don't know. 2 5s feels a little rich.
Okay, give it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, if you're gonna divide by.
I guess I'll keep it on 2 because I think originally it's counted as being. I think it's one of those things like where they only combined them on the CD release, but in the album release they're considered 2.
They should have been combined, I think. But
yeah, it's really. I can see it's hard to separate them out. So
yeah, and also as a listener of the show, I always complain about one thing, and it's when it comes to like a middle track, that is a minute, and you're supposed to rate it as a song, and that's one of the very few parts that I haven't been on your page with. It's like you can't do that. This is just an intro.
It's hard.
Perhaps a perfect intro, but even a perfect intro, does it deserve a 5 that is as great as the rest? No, it doesn't. And even an intro that doesn't say anything could be a perfect intro because it doesn't need to say anything. It's only an intro. But then is it going to be rated 2.5 by John? Yes, it is. It's going to be rated 2.5 and drag the whole album down just by being a sweet little intro. So that's one of my few gripes with my favorite podcast is that one.
You're right. You're right. Yeah. It's an imperfect science.
Yeah.
But John, what do you rank these separately?
Okay, so the intro I'll give, or the part 1 I'll give 3.5. I think it's good, but I mean it's Lord, and it I think it breaks up the album's flow a little bit. There's it's a short synth-based instrumental. It gives some contrast because we heard all this kind of like bluesy, poppy stuff at first, and now it's kind of this, different thing that this group of musicians always kind of does. It's like you're just bopping along, and then all of a sudden you get this experimental thing, and then you go into this like this rock thing. It almost makes me think of This Time Around. The way it was composed without lyrics. You have the piano part at first, and then you have like the full band instrumental that comes right after and picks up that idea. And part 2, I give that one a 4.5.
Yes.
He's like, yeah. I mean, it was really good.
Sorry.
Why are you playing
I
it
don't
again?
know. I accidentally
Replay
playing it again.
Double Thursday.
Yeah, I thought it was really good because it wove in like both parts like seamlessly, because you had that like really nice, rock groove with all these like great players in it, and then that kind of like mellow part a little bit that brought it back down, and then just that head bop and riff that were just like, yeah, you could listen to it all day. And it was nice. It was nice, like you get like a little break in the action here, and they kind of throw you a curveball with the instrumental, and then this kind of rock synth instrumental, which still stays true. Like it weaves that together with kind of the bluesy, riffing and songwriting that's been part of the whole album. So it doesn't feel out of place.
Great sideshow. And I mean, I should have learned by now. Every time on this show as a listener, when we come to something that I really like, I'm worried they're probably not going to like it as much as I do. It happened with Captain Beyond. That's like half a century ago, and it feels like now. It happened then, and now it happened again. And I think when we did the previous Bernie album, same thing happened as well. I'm like, nobody's going to give this high rating, so I will do it. And then John comes in, goes ahead and does it too. So I should have learned it by now, but I haven't learned.
Hey, I'm not always difficult.
You never know.
No. I think you're always easy and difficult at the same time. That's it for the John analysis of today.
I will give the first part a 3.5 and the second part a 5. I loved that.
Here we go again. I should have learned.
Yes.
Maybe I should not have learned. Maybe that's part of me enjoying the show. I think.
Yeah. You got to keep it interesting. But great, just awesome track. Okay, so we got 3 left. The next track up is called Thunder and Lightning.
Ready Rest in peace, John Sykes.
I was thinking that.
Yeah.
Interesting way to start.
This one is Neil Murray, Bernie Marsden, and Simon Phillips again.
What a great snare press he did there.
Ooh, listen to that.
Little up-tempo shuffle rock.
I think this one sounds the most like Whitesnake so far.
I agree. Maybe it's
Funny
the
because
shuffle.
it's got the fewest members of Whitesnake of all the songs.
Could it be the shuffle?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's that and the
I love the singing, I have to say.
yes.
I think he developed since the end About Time.
I like that kind of descending.
Like the descending
Line
line
that
cliche
he's got,
always
yeah.
rocks. Always rock. Oh, a bit of harmony. It always works for me, the descending or ascending, for that matter, line cliche. Everything from Hangar 18
Oh,
to.
did you hear that? It said a shot of Jack Daniels, and then you heard the ice cubes go in the glass.
Yeah.
I thought that was from one of you guys.
He's doing some Foley
Could have
work
been.
on this one.
Would have been soundscape. The On the Rocks soundscape.
I think it's the dual guitar thing he's doing that is the most reminiscent of Whitesnake to me.
Here they do the line cliche only on the bass. That's cool.
Yeah, but I'm with you. I like the ascending and descending stuff. I'm a sucker for it.
Good. Yeah, the chromatic then, yeah. James Bond is another one. Ooh. Some proper hippie shit. I like it. It's a very nice organ sound, that one.
And Bernie's playing the organ on this.
Oh,
Nice. It reminds me of a Swedish artist, Bo Hansson, who made a Lord of the Rings thing already in the 70s.
Oh,
really
yeah?
good instrumental kind of. I wouldn't call it prog. Maybe a bit psychedelic. He has this organ sound going for him as well, and he's also a guitarist, I think. Yeah. Also the rhythm guitar here, super cool. Harmony?
I love that.
yeah, those harmonies really kind of echo that new wave of British heavy metal a little bit.
Yeah, usually on the show, either of you will say Iron Maiden after one of those.
Yeah, Maiden, Thin Lizzy, Whitesnake for that matter. Any harmonic two guitar band.
Yeah.
Actually, Skinner too.
Yeah.
Or no, primarily actually the other really good. I mean, there are many, but another really good Southern band, the Allman Brothers. They have a lot of
Yeah, Allman Brothers.
great music. Nice. The feed seems to be reverb nicely there as well.
What was that?
The reverb, the voice fed into it.
Oh,
in a
yeah, yeah.
way. Yeah, it's this kind of manual automation, you could say, I guess, or
Yeah, like
mixing.
kind of crank it up as he's trailing off.
Yeah, but they would usually mix in a group, right, back then, so they could ride the faders.
Yep.
You would need the whole band for it.
Nope. Simon Phillips again.
Yeah.
He's like, let's do this.
Yep. Or he's actually just doing it, doesn't even say it.
Yeah.
He doesn't ask before. Actually, I think he seemed
Better
very
to
polite.
ask for forgiveness than.
Yeah. I guess that's how I live anyway.
I didn't know if they were going to try to fake us out again.
Not twice, right? Fool me once, etc.
Yeah, shame on you.
Yeah.
Oh, Thunder and Lightning.
Yeah.
Who's going first
John,
on this
wanna
one?
Go first? You want to go first, John?
All right. I'll give it a 3. I think it had some good elements in there, but I think for my liking, it kind of fell into the filler territory a little bit. Now that's not to say that I didn't find some good stuff in there that we were talking about. I mean, I thought that the rhythm guitar was really interesting. He ripped on the solo, and I was hearing like different different elements. I know we were talking a little bit new wave of British heavy metal, little White Snake, a little bluesy. So it was, there were little hints of things here and there. It still stuck with the album's overall tone and style, but it's like I feel like it was maybe a little at this point in the album kind of derivative of some other stuff he's done. Like, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't a bad song, but there's like stuff in there I liked, but overall I wasn't as interested.
Maybe like the sound of this could be the truth. We're never gonna know. They probably don't remember, but this sounded like the song you write in the studio, and that would make sense with what you said. That you sort of you're up in it. You got the train running, so to speak, and you're recording your songs, right?
Yeah.
It's usually a time and a place when it's rather easy to make a good song in that style because you're all up in it, and it might not be the killer track of the album. I happen to agree with you. There's a Swedish candy thing that we could buy as kids called Gott och blandat. That means good and mixed. Probably some Swedish fish in there, probably some Swedish fish in there. Some pretty good stuff, but not the best. And that's this song. It's good and mixed. 3.3 out of 5. Yeah.
You're giving it 3 out of 5 as well?
Yeah, gott och blandat.
Well, I guess I don't know. I gave it 4.5. I loved it.
But you do like the Swedish fish.
I do. I love Swedish fish too. Yes.
Yeah.
And the
Which
Swedish,
is actually Swedish.
I do have my IKEA salty licorice right here too.
Yeah, that's more Finnish sort of, and I always kind of, feel very Finnish except for when it's salmiak and licorice. For some reason, I still don't like that taste, and I eat almost everything.
Yeah, it's not for everybody.
Yeah, no, I'm not. But I did look up Malaco, which is the company behind Swedish Fish. They're not called Swedish Fish here, of course. They're called Fiskar or something.
They're just called fish.
I was thinking, because you mentioned it quite a lot, so I was thinking, is this a bogus thing? But I looked it up. Malaco is in Sweden, so they are made in Sweden. That's cool. I mean, yours are probably not made in Sweden and shipped over, but at least the original is made in Sweden. Yeah, the west, near the west coast. Malaco.
Yeah, they're probably made. I don't know if like the official Swedish.
How does that shit work? Have you guys worked with because you work with food and groceries? Have you like ordering and like I don't know how it works, but I guess it's made locally, right? Under some sort of license.
I don't know. Yeah. I'll have to look into Swedish fish and see where they come from.
Because like beer, you don't ship beers across the world, do you? That would be very expensive. I guess you have a local brewery.
Some we do.
Yeah.
Some we do. Swedish fish is a fish-shaped chewy candy originally developed by Swedish candy producer Malaco. But I don't know where the ones we get from are. But
I know so little about this because now I'm thinking like all the American beer I drink must be American. Shipped over. But that's expensive. Anyway.
Some of them have like breweries abroad and they'll just brew them there and under license or whatever if they've got the recipe. But
like that big one, Sam Adams, that was before the whole, hops craze and all the IPA craze. There was the Sam Adams Boston Lager. That was a favorite for me.
Yeah.
Was that shipped in kilos, in tons of kilograms, or was it made here? I don't know. Let's find out at another time.
No. Well, if you come here, I'm buying you a Sam Adams.
Nice.
All right.
There's so many good
on to the next to last track, the penultimate track, some would say. And this is called Can You Do It, Rock City Blues.
Okay. Oh, who's this then?
Simon Phillips in the last 2 tracks. The Chanter Sisters are back. Neil Murray on bass. Bernie, of course, and John Lord.
Piano.
Very upbeat sounding. I like it.
Here we go. It's almost like Meatloaf and Cher upbeat. Almost.
What's the
Sounds very White Snake.
Yeah.
Rock and roll and blues. Rock and roll.
Like rock and roll women.
Baby. Nice. That. A very common chord switch, but I love it. That one. Did he sing guitar?
It reminds me of Highball Shooter. Wanna play my piano, but my fingers don't agree.
Yep. sounds like this could be a storytelling song. Somehow it just sounds like it. And there's a lot of lyrics. Down to the Roxy.
Some tasty Neil Murray bass in the background.
A great bass player to have for this style.
A very American song, starting talking about his Chevrolet.
Yep. We did that a lot in Europe. Like did the whole American concept. Even Thin Lizzy previously mentioned, right? Like Dino's Bar and Grill, that kind of stuff that he had there.
Do they have Chevrolets in Europe?
We have, yeah, the brand, yes, the company, but we don't have it like you guys have it. I don't think anyway. But I guess what I'm saying is that this whole, image of America is now more of the past and international somehow. It's not like that whole Johnny Hot Dog thing.
He also mentions a Corvette. I wonder if he's getting any paychecks for this.
Car commercials, that's a big money grabber, used to be anyway.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. You mentioned that too, the rock and roll hoochie cooch. Nice feel on the guitar. Ooh. Good feels. A series of bends on the G string with, I think, the B in the bottom as well. All right, I'll go first on this. I did really I liked those fills on the guitar towards the end, but overall this was very middle of the road for me. Like the title, so it's gonna have to be 2.5 in its strictest sense. That is a middle of the road, so mid score for that song. 2.5, a bit like the title almost gave away that this will be a little bland. Sorry to say, but still, 2.5 for a bland track means it's a pretty good bland track. And again, maybe there's the rest of the order you can. You don't have to wait for me to delegate.
I'll jump in with another 2.5. Yeah, I think, like you said, when you see the word blues in the title, that's usually it's too on the nose. And it's well performed, well played, but just very derivative. The lyrics, blah blah blah, Chevrolet. I don't know, just maybe because I don't know if being American makes that sort of thing even more kind of trite. But it's not my favorite kind of thing, and it's something you see a lot now in like pop country music. Oh, Chevrolet and the blah blah blah. And I don't know, it's not my number one thing to be yapping about in a song. So 2.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree there too. 2.5. I was thinking it, and then when you guys both said it, I'm like, okay, I wasn't being like, I'm not the outlier here. I'm not being too mean, but it's like it was all those things. It's like as soon as like the chorus kicked in, and they're just like Rock City Blues. It's like, and then he started talking about Chevrolet and Hoochie Coo, and it just sounded like he was throwing just cliches in there. So this one sounded like a true throwaway. I mean, it was upbeat, it was cool, but I mean, it was just kind of like bland. It was kind of plain. Nothing really stuck out about it. Like the other songs were kind of original and heavy, and they had this groove to it. And this one sounded like it's like this is the lazy blues song.
Yes, for sure. And you had
So
great backing vocals, great bass work by Murray, drums, John Lord just chugging along in the background like this. There's nothing objectionable about it, but on an album which so far for me has been great. Yeah, this one is just, do we need 10 tracks? We could have probably survived with 9.
Yeah.
And we'll see what the final track is like, but yeah. All right. So, yeah, and then that brings us to the final song on the album, which is a track called After the Madness. So, let's take a listen to that one.
I even had forgotten it was the penultimate track and it was the filler.
Yeah, you called it.
It's quite common.
Oh, sorry, this is the wrong track. Here we go.
You know how many times, speaking of that American thing, Nate, Taylor Swift rhyming bar with car, very common.
Yes.
She will do it in any style.
When you see the rhyme coming and you still can't get out of the way.
Yeah. Still, yeah, it's true. In like Swedish metal, it could be Astray. It's a common one. Or Demise,
Astray.
Another one. Astray is very common. Yeah. Okay.
Cool blues groove.
There's something for Glenn, I think. He would like this. Ask him next time.
And vanilla. So this has John Lord on organ synthesizer and Polymoog.
This is another side. It's more like introspective, like Coffee and Vanilla.
Introspective groove blues.
I dare say quite beautiful stuff he's doing here with the guitar as well.
Yeah. He's in his wheelhouse, and it looks like this is an instrumental.
Oh, okay.
Again, Simon Phillips on drums.
Not overplaying it. I like that about your analysis of Salt Attack. There was that one instrumental, and he also didn't overplay it. But
did you say it was Neil Murray and Lord too?
Yep.
I'm personally quite into that way to end an album.
Yeah, I mean,
nicely elongated pause there.
You could see this song working very well with lyrics, but it's kind of a cool,
credit roll or epilogue.
Yeah. It's like that, like, okay, we've been down this whole road. Now we're just gonna kind of take you out on an upbeat. And I think the thing I really like about Bernie's music is it's all very. It's bluesy, but it's upbeat. It makes you feel good.
Exactly. End of a movie, and it's like, well, it turns out friendship was the treasure. And I gotta say, I quite like that.
Yeah. Now I'm looking at this guitar, and I think it looks like some sort of animal, like a nose and then the little mouth.
Oh yeah, like a shark or a dolphin.
Yeah, like a fish or.
And it hits its nose or something because it has a little plaster.
It's got a little band-aid on its nose. Somebody punched the shark. They're very sensitive there.
Punched in the butt.
All right. Well, now that little thing on the right looks like a moray eel, like coming toward him.
Or jellyfish.
Oh, geez. Well, now this taking on a whole new meaning.
Very nautical, yeah.
The song makes the album's lead more tolerable somehow. Because this is the one song that is a bit space.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Somehow,
Yeah,
you know.
kind of a faster fade out at the end there.
It could have been a bit longer, I think.
Yeah, I don't
often
find
say
myself saying that a lot about songs, but there's been a few songs on here where they could have extended that a little. I feel like for
a couple.
that epic track and getting closure, it could have at least another 30 seconds.
How long is the duration of the playing time, the total of the record? Can you see that?
Like 40-ish, 38, 40 minutes.
It's got to be
like that.
less than 40, I think.
Yeah, I would probably say it's probably 30, 38-ish.
Well,
And that track was 350 or something.
Yeah, no, I like the length of a record to be that, but sometimes, the actual record demands a bit extra playing time, like a Metallica record. The best ones, they are not 35. But if you look at Van Halen 3 or something, it's a perfect length, and it's just about half an hour. So it depends on how the intensity of the music, and I wouldn't call Bernie's music super intense.
Right.
It could be a bit dragged out. Okay, for this one, let's go traditional then. So me, John, Nate. So we sort of end it on the proper DPP format. Yeah, because I don't want to come in here and change the show up. Why should I, That's self-sabotage as a listener. Yeah, so we'll do it the traditional way, okay? Yeah. We'll do Christmas like we always do Christmas. And I would rate it 3.5, this one. Nice and sweet. Should have been longer. There's potential left, sort of untapped. But also what is already here is good. And it's way better than the filler track preceding it. So 3.5.
All right. John?
I'll also give a 3.5. I think in a perfect world, if they skipped the track before, like if they cut that off and then went right to this, the album would have been much better. But I think it was a great way to end it off. It made me think of other instrumentals like around the time, like that kind of he had that very smooth, bluesy phrasing, good production. It was just a really good kind of like back to the roots kind of blues solo, but not getting too like old school bluesy, but kind of like almost smooth blues. Very
Smooth.
Very Bernie. And
it's sentimental almost, in a good way.
Yeah.
Again, that whole, it was all in front of our eyes. Friendship was treasure. That kind of vibe, which could be cheesy,
but
I think he can master that vibe,
And I think that it was long enough.
I love the idea that after this whole album that has nothing to do with any of that. It's like, friendship was the answer.
Friendship was the answer.
It's like, of course, that's what this was all leading to.
Well, it's easy for me to say. In this company, obviously, it's easy to say, yeah. But I don't agree with it, that it was the right length. It should have been longer, especially if you took out the track before. It could have been longer, but maybe you would have needed more
Split the
ideas.
Difference. Give this track another minute or so.
I mean, if they maybe put in like a different section or something, but it was pretty repetitive. They were just kind of going over and over, like kind of the same, soloing over the same section, which was fine for as long as it was. I think if it went on longer, it would have been in danger of being too long for me.
They would have had to work with it for sure, and that's actually when, at least in my experience, it gets harder. Is when to just get an idea on hard disk, in my case, on tape in their case, to just do that is quite fast. And when you have to change it, it was like that with my lyric writing. When I was young, I didn't give a shit about lyrics, so I just they were just a tool, right, or a means to an end. So it needs lyrics, and I still write fast like that. But now I want them better. I care more about lyrics, and kind of revising my fastly written lyric takes 100 times longer than actually writing it. And I think that's the case with a song like this. So to add that little extra quality would have been a lot of work, a lot of hours. So in that sense, I agree with you that if with these contents, maybe it couldn't have been much longer. A minute maybe of sweet soloing or something. But it's hard sometimes to extend stuff.
I'm going to give this one a 3.5 as well. And there was some song it was reminding me of, and it just kind of popped in my head, and it's One of These Nights by the Eagles.
Okay.
something about like that guitar solo and the way they hit the stops. That's gonna make Pete instantly not like this song, but
Really?
But yeah, it kind of reminded me of that track.
That's another quirk of the show. Now, luckily, you remembered, but when you don't remember, and it's like a minute later in the show, and you're still like, I can't remember.
Yes, it's so frustrating.
Yeah.
But okay, so while John finalizes this by fumbling with the spreadsheet, I am going to jump in and thank our wonderful last level of foundation patrons. Starting off at the £3 50 pence Deep Purple New York tier, we have the one and only Lord Longford. At the £3 aromatic feed tier, Simon Ford and Richard Brees. At the €3.50 tier, Weston Supermare Pilgrim. At the 293 pence tier, we have the one and only. There he is.
Blackmore tights.
At the $3.33 halfway to evil tier, we have Stephen Sharp. And at the $3 Nobody's Perfect tier, we have Peter Gardeau. Ian DeRosier. Mark Roback. Stuart McCord. Ivan Fjeldbu. Runar Simonsen. Ruinous Inadequacies, Corey Morissette. Joe Dopefish Sigler. Adam Cork, Tim Wood, Steve Down to Earth Kohler, Michael, Matt R, and Jesus Christ Superstar. At the 10 Cold Hard Danish Kroner tier, we have Karsten Lau.
Cold Hard Danish Kroner.
And at the $1 made up name tier, we have the Biblos. I don't know. Grave. Leaky Mausoleum.
Bilbo's grave.
Bilbo's grave. There you go.
Yeah.
Steven
or the
Somerville,
runestone.
Concerto 1999 Fanatic. Hank the Tank, Private Eyes, Ashen Lionel, Zwapper the Electric Alchemist, Anders Engstrom, ICDC, Durple Purple, David Haddam, Graham Bonnet's Disco Pants and Haircuts.
I said, Graham, you know, our audience expects you to be a bit more dirty.
Disco pants and haircuts, yeah.
I'm just going to put my guitar across his head.
Eddie Lyon.
Homosexual.
And Sick Tone.
Just about to close up the library.
Thank you so much to all of you.
A bit
for your generous
subpar version.
But
But I'm still happy with it. I'm happy with it. I'm okay with it.
I like it.
I love it.
I don't
But the
think we're gonna
original
ever
is
hear the old one
original
again.
is really good. What is it from again? A Christmas film. Christmas
Yeah.
movie.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh.
Yeah, John was cracking up when you sent us the isolated one in the chat.
Yeah.
About to close up the library.
I must have played it like 12 times.
He wanted. Yeah, he did. Okay, nice. Yeah, well then I'm happy with it.
All right, so in honor of our belters, let's go.
Well, John's busting out the spreadsheets, and he's fumbling with the tabs.
It's a funny version of it.
He sorted it
Who is that again that you're impersonating?
Ethel Merman.
Merman.
The Merms.
The Merms. All right, Merms, let it off. And John, where does Bernie Marsden... look at me now. I couldn't think of the name of the album.
There we go.
Fall in the overall ranking spreadsheet.
So it falls right in the middle, actually. 7.5. And this is the first time that I've seen this happen with the rating, is we have five albums, including this one, that all are a 7.5 exactly.
Wow.
And I'm going to go through them. So Tommy Bolin, Teaser. Glenn Hughes, Play Me Out, which I had mentioned, oddly enough. Glory Road. Rapture of the Deep. and look at me now.
Wow.
Was it Rapture of the Deep that just came out as a reissue with a?
Yeah.
Was it remix even?
Yeah, remixed, remastered.
Gotta listen to that. That's one of the songs I put in More is More. In that little episode, I put in the title track. I really like it. I think it must be the Klezmer song, with the the Klezmer input kind of fun.
Great,
fits that landscape, prog rocky kind of.
I haven't sat and listened to the whole thing yet. I've heard some individual tracks. It sounds great. Okay. So I got to give it a good solid listen.
So just to also put in a perspective here, I give it a 3.55, and John gave it 3.7, and Nate 3.95. So I was the lowest, Nate was the highest, and our guest fell in the middle with ratings.
I think I'm calibrated now. This is the third time I'm ranking an album on your show, and I think now I know how to do it.
And yes, and the combo 11.20.
Here we go.
Oh. So how does this stack up against the other Bernie Marsden we've done?
Let's see. Where is he?
Also with Jonathan.
Also with me, or only with you? Both are interesting to know.
Let's see. Where is Bernie? Where is he? There he is. Where is that now? Oh no, that's now. It's a little bit lower. Our combined rate is 11.09. And this one is 11.20. No, the first Bernie Marsden. Yeah, first Bernie Marsden was a little bit lower, but I mean,
very close.
You take that into account, they're in the definitely in the same neighborhood here. So this one, it looks like altogether we liked it slightly better.
Yeah, I think I might. If I was asked, I would probably say the first one, but actually this one for vocal purposes. That he had somehow, not only I guess the voice, because you mentioned his voice stayed the same, but maybe his thinking about singing or his ideas had developed. Because I think there was a slight, enhancement on that department. But I think in other departments, maybe I prefer the And About Time. It's titled right, And About Time, I think.
I feel like I preferred this one a little bit. Like I think I ranked it higher, definitely. But
yeah, you did.
But I really maybe it's just the mood I'm in, and I was kind of looking forward to some of this. But yeah, I really, really like this one.
Yeah, Bernie's got some great solo stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Good follow-up for sure. I would say.
All right. Well, Jonathan, thank you so much for joining us once again.
Yeah. Short interim period. It will be longer this time, so don't worry.
Yes, it was a long period, and then all of a sudden, boom, back to back. Well, we had lined up the Armageddon episode, and then I talked to John. I was like, well, it feels like we should have him on because it's so Captain Beyond related. I was like, well, we'll just have him on 2 times in 3 episodes. Nobody can stop us. It's our show.
Yeah, why not?
No, I like that. I like to have that been 2 of the areas that I am sort of what's the word when you
get subject matter expert.
Yeah, like you have an actor type. I'm typecasted for those.
Yes.
I like those typecastings. That was the word I was looking for. So Bernie Marsden and Captain Beyond sounding stuff. That's cool. It works.
Captain Beyond related stuff, but
yeah, that worked for me. Thanks for having me on again. Always great.
Always a pleasure.
I know you never sleep, but it's still quite a bit later for you over there, and
actually we
got staying up with us.
Morning rehearsal tomorrow, but that's fine. I slept most of the day.
Good
so
for
I
you.
don't need a long one this night. Yeah, it's like it's left with me from the days of the entertainment and restaurant business. I was never a chef or anything, but working sound, I worked a lot of restaurants. And Sunday was the party night for us then, right? With our weekly schedule, and Monday was the sleep-in day, and then Tuesday you're back at it again.
Yeah, I would work all Saturday, go out after work Sunday, go out after work, get home at 3 a.m, and now I'm like, ooh, 8:30. It's time to shower and get in bed. It's gonna be so
but
nice.
Also you got like a house and a family, so
Yeah. And I'm just lazy, but. Well, guys, thanks. Great covering Bernie again. I'm every time I listen to Bernie, I feel like I become a bigger fan of his singing, of his playing, of his songwriting, and this is just yet another example of that. And I'm this is one I'm definitely going to be spinning real soon to kind of listen to it without myself talking over it and really get it get a really good experience with it. So yeah, I mean, it's great discovering it kind of as a new album, and no two people I'd rather enjoy it with than the two Johns.
Oh, likewise. Well, then it's John and Nate. Yeah.
Thank you, and John.
Oh,
you'll have to. Well, Jonathan, you'll have to come back again, and John, you have no choice but to come back again.
That's the thing. That's your cross to bear.
Yep. Yes.
I don't make the
Yes,
rules.
it is. Yes, it is.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
Have a good one. Fred på jorden.
If you like the Deep Purple podcast and would like to support the show, please consider joining our Patreon or donating on PayPal. Patrons get full access to the podcast, Discord server, ratings, spreadsheets, and live stream invites. You can also leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts to help new people discover the show. You can follow the show on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, or Threads. You can also check out the website at deeppurplepodcast.com for show notes and more. Contact us via email at John or Nate at deeppurplepodcast.com. Thanks for listening.